y'all, it is Voluptuously Skinny and I'm here with my post-op week 117 update. I'm actually a day early, but wanted to start since I had time. And well, I always have time, seems like. But anyway, I wanted to show you guys a couple things about how I'm trying to get on track and get those extra few pounds that I had went up. Yeah, I know I told y'all I got up to like 154, which I know a lot of it's probably water weight, but I don't want to get stuck on that whole water weight thing, because even if it is water weight, it's still weight that I'm up. And if I get stuck on that water weight, then when I get to 160, then what? So if I'm up out of my range, which is 145 to 150, then I am going to do what I have to do to get back on track. So one of the things that I did was to cut my calories down, not extreme, between 1,800 and 2,100, even though I've gone over that a few times. I cut it down to 1,800 to 2,100 and doing at least 500, trying to burn at least 500 calories a day between walking, running, and riding my stationary bike. The other thing is I wanted to make sure that I was regular. So I actually went and got, these are actually a laxative. And I just got them from Walmart. They're just generic. I think they're generic for Docalax. But I take one of those. I'm still taking my vitamins. And then I'm drinking plenty of water. This is actually tea. It is tea that I got free at a race, and got lots and lots of it, and ended up giving a lot of it away because I don't like tea. But one of my sorority sisters had told me, she said, hey, I put a flavor packet in them and they are so good. This is unsweetened black tea, and it tastes just like water and tea. Ugh. But with that lemonade packet in there, it is so delicious. The other thing that I have to be careful of when I'm doing anything like tea or anything like that is that I don't, I don't drink a lot of caffeine. I used to be really extremely caffeine sensitive, to where it would just like cause my heart to race, me to be jittery. And I think because my heart rate, it runs so slow, my resting heart rate, it's around like 42, 43, 44, something like that. It's very low. And I think that the caffeine has been okay. It's been okay. It hasn't caused me any issues. And I can't really say it's caused me a lot of issues. I've only drank probably 3 of these in 2 months. So, I mean, it is what it is. We also got free tea from the QT app, 12 Days of Christmas. I got some free unsweetened peach mango tea. So, I keep little stashes in my closet because Dion gets into stuff. Let me show you my other stash. Okay, so, yeah. This is definitely okay. And y'all, this stash of goodies, it's a ridiculous stash. Yeah. You see all kinds of stuff in there. Gatorade, power bars, diet ocean spray, and lemonade packets, Hershey's Gold candy bars, my sports jelly beans. This is, most of this, like this kind of stuff, I got for free at QT. Yeah, so Gatorade, lemon, I mean, just all kinds of stuff. So, oh, another energy thing for hydration when I'm running. So, yeah. So, that's my stash. I keep it. But Dion knows where it is. He still gets in it. He knows I can tell that he's in it, too. Okay. The other thing that I found at Walmart, I ended up one of my friends know I love bargain honey and clearance, and they know that I eat a lot of nuts. And so one of them ended up texting me and saying, hey, Walmart has all these almonds and nuts for $1. And so I went and cleaned up. Let me show you. These right here, I got roasted sea salt cashews. Now these aren't the healthiest, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Pecans, bourbon praline. An ounce of these is 120 calories, and an ounce is really not that much. So, but anyway, that's that. And let me show you the other stuff that I've been doing. Oh, I have nuts everywhere. Pistachios for $1.50. Dion, did you take some of them? Dion, did you take them? Okay, well, come sweep the floor, please. No, you didn't sweep the floor, but when you get finished, you can come back in here and finish it. Okay, these are some other ones that I got, different flavors. Pumpkin spice almonds, hickory smoke, honey cinnamon, plain natural, pecan pie pecans. They do not taste like pecan pie. Apple cinnamon, gingerbread. Those were actually really good. Sesame cashews, cinnamon pecans. All very delicious. So the other thing that I've been doing to get back on track is I have been, I told you, drinking my water, and the little tea containers that I talked about, I actually take those and then keep using them because they're 20-ounce containers. And so once I drink 3 of those, I'm pretty much in with my water, and I can drink those pretty well. I typically am not a plain water drinker at all. There are times where I will drink plain water, I just crave it. But for the most part, I drink a flavor packet in my water, and I like the lemonade. Some people don't agree with that, but I think a liquid is a liquid. Just get it in any way you can. One of the things that I talked about early on when I was trying to get my protein in is the fact that I use the Nectar brand of whey protein, the unflavored one. And so I've started using that one again because just trying to make sure that I'm getting my protein in. One of the things I talked about Habit Bull last video, and I talked about how I was going to set some habits up or set some goals up to form different habits. And one of my habits is making sure that I'm drinking at least 1 protein shake a day, because I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm eating perfectly. My weight is staying pretty stable, but one of the main reasons is because I run so much. And same thing from last week. I have cut my running down to probably 1/3 to 1/4 of what it was because I have an injury. So I have to be very mindful of that. So one of the things that I did to try to get back on track is I went ahead and really cut my calories down. Not extreme. My calories have been cut down between 1850 and 2150. I still go over that. I've gone over it now that I've been trying to do it as a habit. I had a streak, I think, of 4 days where I was on track and I ate like 1850 calories or something like that. And then I got off. Then I had one day where I got on, and then I ended up Christmas Eve I did okay. Christmas Day I blew it. And so I think Christmas Day I ate probably 3,600 calories to 4,000 calories, something like that. But one of the things I need to do is make sure that I'm getting in enough protein, and my goal as far as protein is concerned is to try and get in at least I like to get in 80 to 100. So if I can get in 100, that's even better. So I do that through the extra through my Nectar, and I also use Walmart's brand of vanilla powder. And the Walmart brand of vanilla powder, I usually will add, I used milk, and because you get in protein that way, and then I also use my PB2 to make it a little richer. And one of the things that I've been doing that helps me is because I really always want something in the evening. I've been dealing with a lot of head hunger, especially due to just having, you know, some issues that, you know, just emotional stuff. So I've been dealing with a lot of head hunger, and so I try to do my protein shakes, especially the flavored one, in the evening time. That way at least I feel like I'm getting something kind of sweet and decadent. I stopped trying to use regular sugar because I had gone back to using regular sugar and went back to my stevia sugar. This is the Walmart brand of stevia sugar. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then I also try to make sure that I eat breakfast, some kind of some kind of good breakfast. And so what I usually do is eat 1 egg, a slice of cheese, and then I'll have oatmeal. These are grits, but usually I'll have a bowl of oatmeal, and I'll get in, and that's a pretty hearty breakfast, and I mean, it fills me up. One of the things I've been doing too is I say one of the things, you see it adds up a lot. But the other thing that I've been doing is I've been eating until I am full. Like, I don't want to not throw something away. And so I usually try to stay diligent about weighing exactly what I need, because I know that I want to eat all of my plate. And so I try to stay diligent about only weighing out 8 ounces, because I'll try to stuff 10 ounces in a minute, and I'll be miserable for about 30-40 minutes, and then it'll go away. And I think to myself, oh, why did I do this? I'm not going to do this again. And I do it again anyway. Just being transparent, I still do it anyway. So that's something that I'm definitely going to work on. I still eat from my small plates. I eat from these, and I eat from my saucers. So that gives me, I just still don't eat on a big plate. There's no need to, because I really can't eat that much. And then the other thing is like these small bowls. I save all this stuff from Chick-fil-A. I think all those came from Chick-fil-A, those small bowls. I still have these small bowls, which are 2 ounces, which would be great for other people, but I don't use those except for like if Doc is packing his lunch or something like that. So, but that is that. And trying to think of what else. Lots of seasoning. I think that helps too with getting things when it tastes good. Sometimes if it tastes too good, it does make you want more. Because I had something the other day and I got full, and I was so mad that I was full because it was so good. It was so good. I think it was some broccoli I had made that I had I made this kind of sweet sauce, sweet garlicky sauce to put over the broccoli, and it was so yummy, along with this steak that I had cooked and marinated and gravy, and oh, it was so good. So, but anyway, I try to season up a lot of stuff so that it's very flavorful. So I don't buy top of the line seasonings. These are $1 from Big Lots, the majority of these. The majority of them are. But y'all know that one's not. That one's, I think, everybody's little favorite now. If you haven't tried it, go try it. It's from Trader Joe's. This is also a good one. I got that one for free at a race. Let me see if I can turn this light on. There we go. Okay. Red Robin's original seasoning. That seasoning is so delicious. So delicious. I keep my blenders handy, and as far as my refrigerator is concerned, look, I'll show y'all, but it stays empty. There really ain't much in here. Real butter. I like real butter. Milk, condiments, yeah. And then here, it stays pretty empty for the most part. I don't keep a lot of junk in there. And here, I don't keep too much of anything. This is actually, oh, Okay, so let me show you what I did. I forgot I had this already. So we got free pizza, but I didn't want to eat all this pizza. So what I did was cut the slices into thirds. It was breakfast pizza. I cut the slices into thirds and then I froze them. That way I could just pull out what I needed. But fish and that's actually for my black eyed peas, and then meat, and I had some vegetables and stuff down there. And we got fruit, and that bottom tray is usually filled with different stuff. So that kind of shows you that I am not eating perfectly, but I'm trying to do what I can to get on track. Oh, let me show you my cupboard. So now my cupboard I try to keep pretty stocked, because this will, vegetables, you can always do lots of stuff with vegetables. And this is empty because I pulled everything out for y'all to show y'all. But yeah, more almonds and nectar and proteins and all that good stuff. So, but anywho, I do try to do my best to stay on track, but I am not perfect, and I like to live life. I want to eat different stuff, and I want to be able to not feel completely deprived, you know? So, if anything, if I start to feel hugely deprived, that's even going to make me want to eat more. I don't know about you guys, but that's the way I am. Oh, well, I'll show y'all that. Lots of cookbooks. They're not bariatric cookbooks. I think a couple of them may be Weight Watcher cookbook. Yeah. But for the most part, they are kind of easy bake type of meals that I can throw in, you know, just cook anything really quickly, that's really good, that satisfies me in a way where I feel like I'm not being deprived. So, I will come back tomorrow. So, what I will do is I'll finish this video in the morning when I can weigh myself and get the final weigh in. And then, whoops, I will update you guys on where I am with that. I sit and I watch cooking channels a lot now. And so I'm just enjoying the day. I got a couple things on my productivity habit board that I'm supposed to do, but I don't know that I'm going to do them. I'll see. Just feeling kind of blah today. I'll get out later on and run. And I'm waiting for a while because I just ate about 45 minutes ago. And waiting to eat my little cookie. Smells so good. That's like 180 calories. So, anyway, that's what I'm doing, and I will finish this video later. Hey y'all, it's the next day. I'm on my way to Walmart to look at their clearance items, Christmas stuff. I like the candles and the sprays and all that good stuff. So anyway, I have weighed in officially this morning, and I took a little video, so I'm going to put it in. This is my current weight. So yeah, I'm back down to 144.8. Like I said, I didn't cut my calories drastically. I did cut the carbs down. My calories went down to like an average total of 2,500. I was trying to keep it at about 2,100, but thanks Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, they kind of got me. As far as, and not even so much Christmas Eve, I think it was Christmas Day. As far as my net calories, they ranged around 1,800. So both of those were much lower than the week previously. My carbs, I did cut down not quite a bit, but I cut them down like by a third. They are, sorry for the lighting, they are, well, my protein is up to 106 per day as far as the average is concerned, and that is up from about 90 last week. And then my carbs were like 350 last week. They are down to, oh, thank you, Jesus, Walmart is not crowded. Oh, Father, thank you. And so my carbs were about 350 last week, and they are down now to around, I think, 220 or so. So thankful for that. And that is about it for the most part. So I'm going to run in to Walmart, and then I will come back out and finish up the video, unless there's some things that I want to talk about in Walmart. Let's see, it's cold out here. It's like 5 degrees. Yeah. My son's got a job now. I'm working at Walmart, which is cool. Oh, anyway. One of the things that I'm getting ready for a run. So I am layering up. I've got on a pair of tights here. Got another pair of tights here. I got this shirt that I'm layering up with. Yeah, I still have skin. Lots of skin, but these tights work miracles in making me look slim and trim. No. One of the things that I was thinking about, I always say one of the things, I got to think of something new, so I'm saying that. But I was going to talk about the amount of calories that I was eating. I've been maintaining now for about 4 or 5 months for the most part. And only a couple times now I've felt like I've really had to kind of scale back and watch what I'm eating, this past week being one of them. But it's probably normal around the holidays. But I was thinking about the amount of calories that I was eating, which some days, I mean, it was averaging between 2,500 to 2,600 calories a day. But there were several days during the week where I was eating like 3,600 calories, over 3,000 calories. And I was thinking to myself, if I wasn't eating those calories, I wonder what, and running the way I was running, I think I would be really sickly looking. Already, when I look back at pictures, I think that I should be, I kind of wish my face was fuller. I like the way I looked probably 50 to 60 pounds ago, but I don't want to be 200 pounds either. So, I just like the fullness that my face has. So I've been reading on some of the bariatric sites or some of the communities about losing too much weight. And most of them say that that is possible, but it's not likely that, you know, you'll stay that way, or that you will. A lot of people say, oh, you're too skinny because they're not used to seeing you small. Or like me, there's sometimes where I look at myself, especially my face, where I think, oh, I'm too small. But then I look at my stomach or my thighs and I think, oh, I could lose a couple more. But I've already talked about that. Don't want to lose anymore, but I do want to maintain. But I'm not going to lie and say I haven't thought about it. But I just really liked the way my face looked about 50 to 60 pounds ago. I was looking at some pictures and was just thinking, wow, look how round and smooth my face looked. And even now, especially when I get in different angles, where like right now, this angle is probably not the most flattering for me when you're looking up at my face, because you always see these deep grooves or these hollow spaces under my eyes, these deep grooves, especially on this side. This side, years ago, I had a tooth that was abscessing over and over and over and over again. And what ended up happening, which I didn't know until later when the dentist was explaining that my bone was regrowing and was recovering, that the abscessing tooth had started to deteriorate my bone and break down my bone. And so I think that is why I have the hollowness in this side of my face more than in this side. And I didn't know it was an abscessing tooth because when I would go to the doctor, it always felt like a sinus infection. So I was going back and forth to the doctor, and she was treating me for a chronic sinus infection. Whereas when they ended up sending me to all these specialists and they wanted to diagnose me with TMJ, my dentist said, no, that's not what that is. He said, next time you feel like that, come to me. And it was an abscessing tooth. So anyway, they corrected that. My bone came back, but that has not totally ever fully recovered. You can tell that I have some hollowness in there. The other thing is I see hollowness in here, and just especially when I turn, just the hollowness in the really thin neckline. So like I said, that is not the best flattering angle, but let me unplug. You know, of course, when you go up high, where the light is shining a little differently, then I'm looking at myself. It looks different to me. You don't see as much hollowness, and it looks really, really good. And so this is probably the way people are looking at me anyway, is from up high more so than down low, where you can tell it really changes and the appearance changes. So anyway, I should just keep the camera up like that, but I got to finish getting ready. So y'all are going to have to look at me from a different angle. So anyway, and sorry about that lighting. Anyway, do any of you feel like that? Like your weight has caused you to look so different, or, you know, hollow faced, or made you think, I'm definitely not going to gain weight from it. One of the things that I was reading in the community is that they said that after usually about 18 months is where you're at your lowest, and then after that your body will start adjusting more. I am 24, let's see, September, October, November, December, 25, 26, 27. I'm about 27 months out. So a little over 2 years. And I'm kind of waiting now for my body to get that plumpness. I don't plan on doing that 10 to 20 pound regain. I'm just not going to do it. I'm not even going to allow my body to do that. Because I think that because I was eating so much, I allowed my body to kind of plateau and stay at a reasonable weight. I think that if it starts to get too hard, then I will look at it. But even not officially, but I have even been as low as like 138. So, and that was, some of those lower weights were, I think there was a comment about how I looked sickly at one point a couple months ago. Well, not a couple months ago, maybe 3 months ago, 4 months ago, something like that. It was kind of during the summer, especially when I was just starting to run and was losing a lot of water weight. And I was getting down to pretty low weight. That 138 was just really low. I looked like my face was just really sickly. So I don't think, I know that I'll never get down to that weight. I'm not going to say never get down there. I don't think that I will be purposely trying to get to that weight. So anyway, the other thing is, I think that if I ever have the skin removed, that will kind of help me look at where my weight should stabilize and if I should gain a little weight or not. And what was it else I was thinking about was my fat percentage. My fat percentage has been pretty low. It's 16% from when I had it checked the last time, as far as I know. I'm not sure where it is at this point, but I'm assuming it's probably still pretty low. And I think that that's the other reason why I've been maintaining my weight, is because I really have no more fat to lose. And that means that everything's stabilizing as far as no fat to remove, and I'm not losing muscle. So that is a good thing. And I think that if I gain any at all, then if I'm working out trying to build my muscle, that will be fine. But as far as gaining fat, I don't want that. But muscle will be perfectly fine, especially more in my arms, in my shoulder areas, that type of thing. That would be great. So anywho, I'm going to close out this video because it's going to be another long one. And like I said, I just like chatting with you guys. So that will be it, and I will see y'all next week for another update. Hey, if you guys really want to follow me daily, I post on Instagram, and I'm voluptuously skinny there. Facebook, I don't post as much on Facebook, even though some of you have friended me there. I don't get on Facebook as much any longer. I am on Facebook, but just not a lot. I usually, if I share anything through Facebook, I'm typically sharing it via Instagram. So that is that. So, but go ahead and follow me. And the community on Instagram has become huge. It has become very huge and very supportive. I don't see a lot of people who are going after each other. It's not, in fact, it's a lot friendlier than some of the Facebook groups. I am not as active in the Facebook groups, the weight loss groups anymore. Some of them have turned into other things. They've kind of morphed, and that's, you know, just probably the nature of the way those groups are formed and who joins them and who ever makes the groups up. You know, they have the prerogative of how they want their groups to morph. And so be it. That is that. I just choose on some of them not to be as active anymore. So anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Y'all keep praying for me as I keep praying for you. And y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed your Christmas and have a wonderful and happy new year. Peace out, babies. Mwah.